Welcome. We all love cocoa, and it is safe to say that everyone loves chocolate, without exception. I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy eating chocolate or drinking a warm cup of cocoa. Today, let's take a journey to the Pennsylvania State University in the United States, specifically to the laboratory of Professor Joshua Lambert. His research team specializes in studying cocoa and its remarkable health benefits. We are going to uncover some surprising benefits of cocoa that even I wasn't fully aware of. This will motivate all of us to rethink how we drink cocoa and use chocolate in our daily routines. We'll explore all of this in today's lighthearted episode, but first, after the break, stay with us. Welcome back. So, what does Professor Lambert's research tell us? He notes that epidemiological studies show that consuming cocoa and eating chocolate is associated with a reduced risk of developing cardiometabolic diseases in many people. Even though chocolate often contains sugar and other additives, research suggests that it can help reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. But the team asked a crucial question. Let's investigate the effect of cocoa on non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. Fatty liver disease is a huge concern for many people, largely resulting from obesity. You might know that in America alone, a significant percentage of the population struggles with severe obesity, and of course, the statistics are becoming similar in our Arab countries. Although our traditional dietary habits might be better, we are exercising less, so obesity is on the rise here as well, affecting a large portion of the population. So, what are the real dangers of obesity? Obesity and being overweight cause many chronic problems, including diabetes and high blood pressure. However, one of the most serious and silent consequences is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This condition is prevalent not just from alcohol, but is highly common among the general public due to diet-induced obesity. When hepatic lipid content exceeds 5%, fat accumulates and damages the liver cells. This excess fat must be addressed. If the fat isn't managed, it can progress to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, NASH. This severe inflammation can lead to irreversible hepatic fibrosis. Over time, the patient suffering from fatty liver disease may experience severe complications, progressing from hepatitis to hepatic cirrhosis. The liver gradually loses its vital functions, and eventually, God forbid, it can even lead to hepatocellular carcinoma or liver cancer. Treating end-stage liver disease is incredibly complex. Liver transplants carry very high risks, so prevention is absolutely critical. And remember, it all starts with just a little excess fat on the liver. Typically, a patient goes to the doctor and is told, "You have fatty liver, you need to lose weight and exercise." But compliance is hard. They are given a long list of medications and strict rules. This is where the work of Professor Joshua Lambert, who has dedicated years to food science, comes in. His approach is to study cocoa at a physiologically achievable dose. He isn't testing absurd amounts that no human could consume. He tests concentrations equivalent to what someone might consume in just 3 to 5 cups a day. He wanted to observe what this specific, realistic amount does to the body. Having previously seen that dietary cocoa can mitigate obesity-related pathologies, including insulin resistance and systemic inflammation, his team decided to investigate its direct impact on fatty liver disease. Of course, in rigorous scientific research worldwide, you must first test these hypotheses in preclinical models, even when dealing with safe food ingredients like cocoa. So the team designed a study using a well-established model. They used obese male mice that were fed a high-fat diet. These preclinical models are essential for understanding the underlying hepatoprotective mechanisms. They fed the mice a diet consisting of 60% fat for 10 weeks until they became highly obese, developing severe hepatic steatosis and enlarged spleens. This diet successfully induced the fatty liver condition they needed to study. Then they introduced cocoa powder into their high-fat diet. They supplemented the food with 80 milligrams per gram of unalkalized cocoa powder, which is equivalent to a manageable human dose of a few cups a day. The mice were kept on this cocoa-supplemented diet for an additional 8 weeks. The mice were divided into two main groups. One group received the cocoa supplement, while the control group did not. Both groups continued on the high-fat diet. When they analyzed the results, the findings were extraordinary. The cocoa-treated mice experienced a 22% lower rate of body weight gain. Even while consuming the same high-fat food, their bodies processed it differently. More importantly, their hepatic triacylglycerols, the fat in their livers, decreased by 28%. Furthermore, markers of oxidative stress, which severely damage liver cells, plummeted. Hepatic lipid peroxides dropped by 57%, and mitochondrial DNA damage fell by a massive 75%. The oxidative damage to the liver was dramatically reduced. And what else did they observe? The spleen weights in the cocoa-treated group were significantly smaller compared to the control group. Why is spleen size important? An enlarged spleen is a key indicator of systemic inflammation. The smaller spleen size confirms that the systemic inflammation was minimized. Scientifically, this proves that cocoa has powerful hepatoprotective effects against fatty liver disease. Of course, patients should consult their doctors and follow prescribed medical treatments. But as an adjunct intervention, incorporating cocoa into your daily routine is highly beneficial. Drinking a cup of cocoa regularly over time can help mitigate the severity of a fatty liver. So, what practical advice does Professor Lambert offer? Based on his extensive research and his numerous publications on the mechanisms of cocoa, he shares an invaluable piece of lifestyle advice derived from his lab's findings. He suggests, I encourage everyone to substitute some of your high-calorie snacks with cocoa. What does that look like practically? It means that instead of reaching for processed biscuits or sugary pastries during your workday as a quick snack, opt for a few pieces of high-quality dark chocolate or a warm cup of cocoa instead of a glass of sugary commercial juice. But here is the crucial medical caveat: do not load it up with refined sugar, as that will completely negate the health benefits. Excess sugar drives obesity. Instead, sweeten your cocoa with stevia or other safe natural zero-calorie sweeteners to maintain the physiological benefits. His practical takeaway is, instead of unhealthy snacks between meals, keep some high-percentage dark chocolate on hand, or integrate 2 to 3 cups of unsweetened cocoa into your daily dietary routine. This simple substitution acts as a powerful dietary intervention to protect your liver cells from steatosis and oxidative stress, not to mention the broader cardiometabolic advantages. This recent research reinforces what we are learning about cocoa's ability to support vascular health and mitigate insulin resistance. It is a truly remarkable compound. So we can derive profound physiological benefits from a delicious drink that almost everyone loves. I admit I wasn't the biggest fan previously, but after reviewing this specific scientific data, I'll definitely be drinking much more of it. And regarding chocolate, it's universally loved. The key is to choose dark chocolate with a very high percentage of pure cocoa mass. The recommendation is clear: incorporate raw cocoa and high-quality chocolate into your diet to replace empty calories that drive metabolic dysfunction. From a nutritional standpoint, cocoa powder is rich in essential minerals, providing 36 milligrams of iron per 100 grams. This is an excellent dietary source to support red blood cell function. It is also incredibly rich in dietary fiber, roughly 50 grams per 100 grams, which supports a healthy gut microbiome and digestive motility. Crucially, it is packed with non-nutritive phytochemicals, including 5.6 grams of polyphenols per 100 grams. These are potent antioxidants. They provide systemic defense against cellular damage. And speaking specifically of the liver, the molecular mechanism is fascinating. For those interested in the cellular science, the research demonstrated that cocoa induces the expression of SIRT3 protein. This pathway coordinates mitochondrial biogenesis, meaning the mitochondria in liver cells increase in number. It also boosts antioxidant enzyme activity, like superoxide dismutase and glutathione peroxidase. This dual action allows the liver to efficiently process fats and heal itself. The biochemistry behind this is truly remarkable. This is a robust, well-designed study providing evidence for Professor Lambert's recommendation to utilize dietary cocoa as a hepatoprotective agent. Thank you for joining me for this scientific deep dive. Peace, mercy, and the blessings of God be upon you.